Gentlemen, let me ask you something personal but real. Have you ever had one of those moments where you wanted your body to respond, but your erection just wasn't as firm, or maybe it faded too quickly? It's frustrating, sometimes even embarrassing, and it can make a lot of men start thinking, maybe I'm just getting older. Maybe this is my new normal. But here's the truth, you are not powerless. Yes, pills can help in the short term, but there are natural, science-backed exercises that can actually strengthen your erections, improve blood flow, and bring back that sense of confidence and control, without relying entirely on medication. Before we dive into them, I'd like you to do 2 quick things. Hit that like button if you care about men's health, and tell me in the comments, where are you watching from today? I always love seeing how this community is growing all around the world. And of course, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss weekly tips for improving vitality, intimacy, and confidence. Now, let's get started. First, let's clear up a myth. Many men believe erections are all about testosterone or that if they're struggling, it must be psychological. But that's not the full story. Yes, hormones and mindset play a role, but biologically, an erection is first and foremost a vascular event. Your arteries bring oxygen-rich blood into the penis, and the erectile tissue traps that blood inside the veins to keep it there until release. If those blood vessels aren't healthy or the muscles that support them are weak, your erection can falter, no matter how high your desire is. So instead of thinking only about hormones or pills, we need to think about 2 key things, vascular health and pelvic strength. That's where the exercises come in. When men focus on strengthening the foundation of sexual function, instead of just covering up symptoms, everything changes. Confidence goes up. Energy goes up. You feel younger, more in control, and more alive. Let's begin with the first exercise, pelvic floor training, sometimes called Kegels for men. Now, I know what you might be thinking, aren't those for women? Not at all. Strengthening your pelvic floor is one of the most effective natural ways to boost erection quality. Here's why. Your pelvic floor muscles wrap around the base of your penis and support the blood vessels that trap blood during an erection. When those muscles are weak, blood leaks out too quickly. When they're strong, you can hold a firmer, longer-lasting erection. Emotionally, this gives you a sense of control, no more worrying mid-intimacy about losing it. And practically, you can do it anywhere, anytime. Here's how. Next time you urinate, try stopping the flow midstream. The muscles you just used, that's your pelvic floor. Once you've found them, practice contracting those muscles for 5 seconds, then relaxing for 5 seconds. Do 10 repetitions, 2 to 3 sets per day. Stay consistent. Most men start to notice improvement in 4 to 6 weeks. Firmer erections, better control, and even more intense orgasms. Think of it as strength training for your most important muscle group. And just like with any workout, consistency beats intensity. Make it part of your daily routine, while brushing your teeth, sitting in traffic, or lying in bed. Now, let's move to the second exercise, vacuum therapy, also known as the penile pump. Don't roll your eyes, this isn't some late-night gimmick. Vacuum therapy is a clinically proven, doctor-recommended method, especially useful for men recovering from prostate surgery or those struggling with erectile dysfunction. Here's how it works. You place a clear cylinder over your penis, and a gentle vacuum draws blood into the erectile tissue. A constriction ring at the base helps keep that blood in place for intercourse. Biologically, this process expands the tissue, increases oxygenation, and trains your blood vessels to respond better over time. Emotionally, it gives you confidence, because you know you have a reliable tool when you need it. Practically speaking, it's simple to use. Most men do 10 to 15 minutes, 2 or 3 times a week. Just remember, pumps are safe when used correctly, but if overused or misused, they can cause bruising or discomfort. Start slow, and if possible, talk to a professional before beginning. When used right, vacuum therapy doesn't just work, it can even enhance the effects of medication if you're already using it. Let's move to the third method, penile traction therapy, or the extender. This is the one almost nobody talks about, yet it's one of the most powerful tools for long-term sexual health. Penile traction devices aren't just for cosmetic lengthening. They're actually used in medical clinics and by sexual health therapists to improve vascular health and tissue flexibility. Here's what happens biologically. Gentle, consistent traction stimulates the growth of new blood vessels and increases the elasticity of the erectile tissue. Over time, this helps support stronger, healthier erections. Studies show that using a traction device for 1 to 2 hours per day, consistently for 3 to 6 months, can significantly improve erection quality, and some men even experience modest length gains as a bonus. Emotionally, it's empowering. It restores a sense of vitality and progress. And practically, it requires discipline. It's not a quick fix, but when done right, it pays off with lasting results. One important warning, though, proper fit and gradual traction are crucial. Don't rush it or buy a cheap device and crank it up too fast. Think of this like physical therapy, not a gadget. You're retraining and conditioning your tissue, not forcing it. So, let's put it all together. Start simple, with pelvic floor training. 10 reps, 2 to 3 times a day. No equipment, no excuses. Add vacuum therapy, 2 to 3 short sessions a week, to keep your blood flow strong. And if you're serious about long-term vascular and tissue health, commit to traction therapy as part of your weekly routine. When you combine all three, you're tackling the problem from every angle: muscular strength, blood flow, and tissue health. Remember, this isn't about quick fixes. It's about building a foundation for reliable, confident performance for years to come. Maybe you've tried pills. Maybe you've had disappointments. Or maybe you've even started to avoid intimacy out of fear. But here's the truth: struggling with erections doesn't make you broken. It makes you human. The fact that you're listening to this means you're not ready to give up. Biologically, your body can change. Blood vessels can strengthen. Muscles can grow. Tissue can adapt. You can reclaim control over your own performance. Emotionally, you deserve intimacy, confidence, and connection, no matter your age. And practically, these exercises give you the tools to start today. Your erections aren't just about sex, they're about health, vitality, and quality of life. When your pelvic floor is stronger, your blood flow improves, and your tissues become more resilient, you don't just perform better, you feel more alive, more energetic, and more confident in every part of your life. So here's a simple challenge. Pick one of these exercises and start today. Even if it's just 10 pelvic floor squeezes before bed tonight. Small steps add up to big changes. With time and consistency, you'll start to feel more in control, more confident, and more connected, with yourself and with your partner. If you found this valuable, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more tips on men's vitality and confidence, and share it with a friend who could use a boost. And in the comments, tell me, which of the 3 methods are you going to try first? Your age is not the end of vitality. With the right habits, your best years of intimacy, confidence, and freedom are still ahead of you. Stay strong. Stay hopeful. And remember, your body is capable of more than you think.